What's going on, folks? Welcome into another edition of ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series here on race day. My name is Steve Tucker. I'm with my best friend here, Brandon Bowie. Brandon, how's it going, man?
Hey man, I'm doing pretty good. I am looking forward to Dover tonight. It's distant laps out there. Looks like it's going to be interesting. I'll just say that for now.
Yes, sir. Going to be a lot of fun. Different format today. Going to be a heat race format the entire night. So we'll get into that in just a minute. But for now, we're going to get down trackside. Practice just about to be finished here. Qualifying will happen in just a second. But yeah, I mean, Bowie, this track, the Monster Mile, is pretty difficult. Obviously, some light fog conditions right now. It should be better as we progress throughout the day. But man, just talk to us about this track. This place is just so difficult.
But yeah, I mean, I will say this is actually the first time I have actually seen the new update to Dover since the last build update we have. So definitely some differences on the way how the track looks. Not really how the track acts as far as reacts to the cars. It's going to be hard to pass. It really is. Qualifying is going to be absolute key. Stay up front. Because we only have a 25 lap heat race, so staying up front is going to be key. Top 5 transfer over. So I mean, I did a couple of laps just to kind of get an understanding of grip level and maybe how the trend of what the car is going to do. And unfortunately, it's going to trend to the tight side unless these guys can go out there and get the car to kind of or manipulate the car, I should say, in order to do what they need it to do. Maybe you might see some crazy passes, maybe some 3 wide. Don't really think you'll see too much 4 wide. But yeah, man, these drivers are gonna have to put it all out there. It's only 25 laps. You're gonna have to go right from the beginning.
Yes, sir. Going to be a lot of fun tonight. Different, just a whole different format today, right? Heat format. Going to be not your typical, feature race or full-length race, I guess you could say. Going to be a lot different today as we get going throughout this thing. But man, yeah, qualifying normal, 2 laps right here. Fastest lap gets the pole, gets that 1 extra playoff point, but they don't get to automatically go to the feature there, Bowie. So we have to get them all lined up for the heats, and 3 heats, get them all divided by 3s, and off we go. So we'll talk about that first. Heat racing will be determined. Man, I'll tell you what. Qualifying, this right here might be the most important part of the night. You have to put yourself in a good position to get into the heats, but also start up top in the heats, right? Top 5 of each heat, move on to the feature.
Yeah, and if again, yes, it gives you a good qualifying spot, and let me reiterate, qualifying in the top 5 in the heat race is definitely key, but it does not guarantee you that you're going to finish in the top 5. There's still a lot of fast guys that might not even have that good of a qualifying, but they have a lot of speed from the beginning of the run. And if you got speed in the beginning of the run, you have a great shot. If you're in the middle or in the back, you got a great shot to still try and get up here and get there. It's not going to be easy, but you still got a shot at least.
Yes, sir. Right now, watching Kevin King going for his qualifying lap. Brandon 6 currently on top right here. Looking very, very fast. 22.50 looks like from him. As well as Jordan Fisher right now in the 24 machine. Making his way around the track right now. Looking very, very fast so far. Who else is on track? Jacob Wiest. Here he is. Had a great run last couple of weeks. Talladega especially with his teammate Tim Robb. Looking to get a good start for today's race. But yeah, we've never done this heat format race before. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, right? It kind of has that all-star vibe, which ironically, Bowie, before we did the season 9 schedule, right, we didn't know that Dover would eventually become the all-star race for 2026, in the real world, right, as Kevin King goes top of the board here at 22.46, very, very fast. So kind of interesting how we line up here at Dover and kind of are doing an all-star-esque type of format. So it's kind of funny how it all works out. But right now should be a lot of fun as Cutlip right here making his way around P5 right now. Here's a guy who I think can definitely find his way to the winner's circle today, if not very, very soon. Very, very quick last week at Chicagoland, Bowie.
Yeah, absolutely. As I stated last week, the new guys definitely showed out. They came to play and they came to race and they ran up front, and it was great to really see. Especially after it was our third, no, it was our second race. Sorry. Um, and guys, you could start to see that the drivers are starting to feel more and more comfortable. Yes, we did have a lot of cautions, but you could definitely tell the drivers are starting to really gel and starting to feel really, really comfortable on how they race around each other and what they could do, and showing the speed that they have. Cutlip again was one of them. So I would agree with you. I do see him getting a win very soon. Could be this race. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yes, sir. Right now, checkered flag is out for qualifying. Kevin King will be your pole sitter today. Gets that one extra playoff point on top of his already, 5 or 6 right now that he has from last week at Chicagoland. Stole that win away. So heat number 1 about to be underway here in just a second. I'm not going to waste any time today, Bowie, to get ourselves ready to roll for the heats. This rolls pretty quick as far as the process goes. So heat 1 underway in just a couple of seconds here. I'm pretty pumped up to get this thing going, Bowie. What do you expect in this first heat? I mean, 25 laps, obviously fuel's not going to be a huge concern, but tires maybe? Tightness? What do you think?
Well, it's funny. I watched some heat races on some dirt races. I was kind of just browsing on the YouTube, and they were kind of doing some interview with some drivers, and they were kind of asking, what do they think or whatever. And they always said that the first race sets the pace for the rest of the heat races. So I would expect these drivers to race hard. And then based on that, the second one might be a little bit more calmer, and then the third one kind of follows in trend. So I kind of expect these guys to go out there and really race hard. Again, top 5 makes it to the future. So that bubble of the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th is definitely going to be hot tonight.
Yes, sir. Let's real quick go through the field here. On the top of the pole, obviously, Kevin King going to be in P1. Michael Johnson, P2 right there in that beautiful pink breast cancer awareness, I assume. Number 39 looking very, very good. Zach Rongich, P3. Austin Salyers, P4. Devin Smecker right there in P5. That lovely drip drops to IO machine. Man, looking good. As always, Tire Lateral today filling in the number 3 machine. Chad Oxendine, P7. Tyler Curley in P8. Who else do we have here? Nick Silver, there he is, P9. Patrick O'Keefe, number 10, looking very, very good as of late, early this season. Jacob Weist in P11. Brandon Trush in P12. Austin Halsey in 13th. And then, Brandon Bowie in P14. Nah, just kidding. Choose car is out of commission today. No choose car today. Short track and different format today. So no choose car, but we'll definitely still have the choose rule. It'll revert back to the start-finish line for today's race. So, hey, here we go. 25 laps. Nice and quick. Nice and easy. How can we get to the feature? Again, the top 5 of this race will move on to the feature race. So 5 drivers. Hey, and if you don't make it after this heat, you've got the consolation after the 3 heats. So all kinds of chaos awaiting in that race, I'm sure. But here we go. Kevin King, Michael Johnson going to lead us off here next time by.
And I do want to say, it's going to be interesting to actually see how the guys in the back, the 60, the 71, 23, I mean, even the 3, the 3 being a sub, I think would be interesting as well to kind of pay attention to what he does and what he's able to do. To kind of see, like, are they actually able to pass? We know that iRacing changed the way how these drivers react, how these cars react around each other, and it's hard to pass. So you might see some unique driving lines. You might see some drivers kind of going to the top, maybe, doing a little maybe Darlington line, trying to carry as much speed as they can down the straightaway so they can try to make a pass in the next corner. So this could get really exciting.
Yes, sir, I agree. Pace car lights are off right now. Kevin King and Michael Johnson about to get this thing going right now. Here we go. Kevin King going to lead us off. Heat race number 1 from Dover Motor Speedway. And away we go. $14 cars on track, buoy, and obviously going to be a lot less cars in these heats, so a lot less, well, I guess a lot more room to kind of have room to figure it out, right? But the intensity is pretty intense. As Jacob Weist already around right here, and then Tyler Curley.
Oh, we got another one
in the back. Caution not out. I don't know how that's not a caution, but we're going to keep it going. That's fine with me. Front of the field here.
Yeah, looks like maybe some reaction to what was going on with the 60, and I would have to see if we get a chance to go back and look and see exactly what happened there.
But right now, single file so far. Kevin King out front, and again with these heat formats, but sometimes the formats and how you kind of process it, I guess, in iRacing can definitely jumble it up. I know cautions are on for these heats, and caution laps do count, so we will see how iRacing decides to I guess race control this. Obviously, we have Matthew Kent in the booth. Shout out to him for doing that for us. But hey, big race and a big time. But Kevin King out front and out front early.
I want to say I was just watching the 77, the 19 having a pretty good battle right there, and it looks like the 19 got by the 77, that is key because that is for 5th. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was just some hard battle, and the 77 was trying to pass the 19 and looked like was not able to do it at the time. So, but looks like they're still battling pretty hard right now.
Yes, sir. And again, this isn't this isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Devin Schmecker, Brandon Trush right now working in the back 10th and 11th. These guys, they can get themselves into that top 5, but if they don't, again, they have that consolation after heat number 3. And everyone who doesn't make it through from the heats, they get to race it out. Top 10 from that group gets to move on.
Yeah, and even if you, like you said, even if you don't make the top 5, you still have the consolation, and the consolation is still, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it is still based on the position of where you finished. So, for example, you talked about Devin. It's still important for Devin to try and grab every position that he can, because the higher up where he finishes, the higher up he'll actually be able to start in the consolation race. Yes,
sir. Right now, Tyler Lateral right here subbing in for Patrick Oberstadt in the number 3 right here. Glad to have him in the league. Good man right there, looking to get up there right now in P3. Tell you what, the subs coming in nowadays, Bowie, are definitely some all-star power. These guys are very, very fast. Obviously, look at this top 3, 4, 5 right now. Really good stuff. 17 laps to go already.
I think that just shows you the talent level of what iRacing provides, right? You have a lot of guys who, maybe they don't do a lot of league racing. They do more official racing. And, Tyler Lateral, from what I understand, he does a lot of official racing. So he's obviously has enough talent to come in here, and he's holding his own. He is running 3rd. He is holding off to 38. And he's doing what he needs to do as a sub, for a team that, possibly could be looking for some new drivers come next season. Hey, this might be his shot to race here next season.
It's a great point right now. Let's do a quick peep the paint segment right here while we have the time. Right now, Brandon Trush right here has that Speed Shop paint looking pretty good. I love that red and black right there on the sides of it. Looks like leather or something, man. I'm digging that for sure. Who else can we check out real quick? Chad Oxendine, here we go. Hardee's, fresh fried chicken. Oh my word, that sounds good right now. But man, classic old school looking look right here. Love it. Peep the paints. Doing it all the time, man. Tell you what, it's a good-looking group of people. I'll tell you what, all season long, a lot of our paints here are done by Harpoon Design. Shout out Brentley, probably in the chat somewhere. But you can check it up on top of the tower, harpoondesign.com. Go and check them out. Fill out a form. Go get yourself a paint scheme on a next-gen car, Xfinity, truck. I don't know, what, Arca? I don't know, anything, right? Why not?
Hey, I mean, look, he does some amazing paint schemes. He made a paint scheme for me when I was running in a different league, and I will say that hey, it definitely stood out, and it was definitely worth the time for me to get him to do it. So, you know, I appreciate him being a sponsor for us, and also appreciate him making the amazing paint schemes that he makes.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm curious to know if there are any drivers right now waiting for Heat 2 and 3. If you're in the chat, which I hope you are, because I'm guessing you're going to want to watch this race and hear our wonderful commentary. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are, one, of this race, what you expect to see in your heat, but also the entire night. Obviously, it's going to be a tight condition, right? A little bit of fog. I think that fog will lift, though, Bowie, as this race goes on. This kind of starts in the morning time. It'll heat up, though, as we go, as we get going.
Yeah, so it kind of reminds me a little bit of the old NASCAR style when they used to actually practice in the middle of the day. And, you know, it'd be like, okay, yeah,